And hello, fellow raiders. Welcome to the raid video. And we did manage to finish off the Incarnate Fusion, so we have that checked off. However, I don't find her that compelling, and I am entirely skipping the Path of Light event for her 5-star soul. I'm just going to leave her in the vault, probably never to be used ever. As far as the missions go, still hard at work on Marius. I'm in one of the Soul Essence phases. This is taking way too long, but c'est la vie. But today I thought I'd talk about Gharol. It's my one and only mythic that I have managed to pull. I don't even have the Kage yet, so I've been using her a bit, so I thought I'd share my thoughts. The TLDR is this is a one-trick pony, really, but look at her kit. She's in her base form, she's an HP damage dealer. In her second form, she's an attack damage dealer. So that kind of greatly hinders how you're going to gear her. She's got some ally protection and defensive abilities here in her first form. And this is actually not even a good kit for a legendary, in my opinion. So, like, oh, okay, you can have ally protection, a cleanse for block buffs, so make sure you get the block buffs up, or make sure you get the ally protection up. And then we get the shield on herself. Okay, ally protection, minor cleanse. Okay, so while you're protecting somebody, what do you got? What do you got going on here? She can decrease the duration of buffs on attackers. And she can heal other people for half the damage she takes once per hit. Okay, I mean, I don't know. Does anyone use this form? Like for me, I've written this form off. This is not a useful form in my opinion. HP based, ally protection. Hey, we taunt, but it's on a 4-turn cooldown. Like this is not very good. So personally, I decided that this was not for me, and all her power is in her one trick. I consider her a one trick pony basically. Is in her attack form. She's got very high base attack, but pretty much all her power is her A1 and her passive. So what's her A1 do? It's an AoE A1, and it can repeat. This is actually kind of crazy because it's like the Fushan ability, where even her repetitions can repeat. So she might do this 3, 4, 5 times sometimes, but it's very rare, obviously. But every attack she makes has a 20% chance of doing it again. The combination that makes her very powerful is her passive is that whenever an ally attacks, she has a 1 in 4 chance of joining in. There's a blurb here about her damage goes up as her HP goes down, which that's hard to game. It's very difficult to play around. You could build an unkillable team and drive her HP to 1 and then maximize damage that way. But in general, you don't want to be doing that. And even if you ignore this part here, the scaling damage, this is still incredibly powerful. So my only books I've dropped into her, I consider myself lucky in this regard. I pumped her damage up on her A1 because she's just constantly doing it. Her A2 is actually pretty good too. Her A2 is attacks all enemies and gets more damage for every buff and ignores defense. Like this hits very, very hard. But I don't really consider her too much of an arena champion. So like this would be great for an arena one-shot move, but I don't really use her that much there. Can. I did some of the damage masteries, haven't fully finished it out because that's just how I play most of the time, apparently. I should really finish that. But So in general, yeah, I just built her as a one-trick pony. I stuck her in mostly Merciless. I have a Slayer ring. I don't think I had a Merciless ring, so I couldn't go any further. But if I find more, say, Merciless pieces, I'd probably try to put her in 9-piece Merciless if I ever got so lucky. But I'm not going to hold my breath. As far as where she's good at, I kind of just say Hydra. Oops, I forgot to do this key. That real fast because I need to have that done. Ooh, book. Yeah, we got a book. No, we don't need 5-star gear. That's fine. Da-da-da. Hydra is basically where it's at for Gharol. So it's her passive allows her to do a bunch of attacks. I think she's in my team machine. She's in my lower. To run up and do damage. Yeah, she's basically doing all the damage in this key, that was funny. Anytime any of these people attacks, she will just join in. Most of that damage is going to be her A1 damage. So, Ugo does an A1, it does no damage. She runs in, does a whole bunch of damage. And even this is through the Hydra decrease defense or AoE decrease AoE damage because all her damage is basically AoE. But she just flips her second form and she stays there the whole time. One minor note about the AI settings here, though. Whoops. If you are a new Gharol owner, on auto, if you leave her to default her abilities, every once in a while she would flip back to her base form, which I found very odd. So if you're going to do a preset or a auto team, and you want Gharol just to stay in that form, make sure you explicitly disable her Metamorph ability, going back the other way. I think I got a team I was going to try an arena. Try this one. We'll probably. I don't know if I'll even win, but this is just make him attack make her attack as much as you can. Just make sure you disable Metamorph because lead off, do Metamorph, and then do this. But every once in a while, I found that she'd actually use this ability and flip back, and it's like, no, don't ever do that, please. So, but I do like this champion. I did spend the 2 mythic books on her just for the A1, and I think that's about all anyone really needs to do. If you want to do the A2, like that's perfectly fine in the alternate form. Like right now, I'm not doing anything. I need to make Gharol faster to be more beneficial from his ally attacks. Make sure Arbiter stays up. Hey, now I can mana more. There we go. The damage is usually pretty decent. Yep. That might have been a weak hit, but I'll stick with auto. Yeah, you're not going to hurt me very much. So, that's an ally attack. Didn't get the repeat on that one, but yeah, just kind of give you an idea of the kit. There's not a whole lot to show anybody. It's almost entirely he just joins in on the attack. So don't know how interesting to make it, but I've already run my Hydra keys, but I thought I'd at least share my opinion on this champion. Well, I think it's pretty good, but only for the one trick. It's a good trick, but you only have the one option with this mythical champion. On the bright side, not a lot of books for that damage. The damage is getting our butts kicked. Will we transform? Hey, we did transform. Killed a bunch of people. course, the question is, did you jump? Oh, and she joined in. Look at that. Join in, killed. Join again. Join in again. There you go. That's her power. I'm glad I caught that on the video. Her power is to do that. To just join in everybody's attack, and it just wiped that team out. So that's what she does in Hydra, and that's basically it. I'm reasonably happy with the champion that, and add on to the fact that she's one of the only champions I have at 6-star, so crushing her end is obviously the way to go. But absolute Hydra monster if you build her in her attack form and just let her loose. And yeah, two books and you're pretty much done. Anyway, I just want to show her off a little bit, talk about my experiences, my thoughts, and I will catch you guys later.